Hey, welcome, my brothers and sisters, back to another session of the PM Hour. We're going to get right into it with another one for you. And my name is Patrick.
I'm Tasha.
I'm Terry.
Oh, yeah, it's your boy Garrett. One love to my loved ones.
Okay, so you guys, we're going to jump right into this with Applewhite. And I know everybody was probably thinking, oh, yes, I was quick to judge about, oh, he got shot down out here in New Mexico. But as I am not going to take back what I said, because I still felt like at the end of the day, the family should have been notified of his death. So now all of a sudden, the police want to put out the body cam of his death, as they should have did in the beginning. So now that we have it, okay, this is the thing, and this is my opinion, and I'm going to say my opinion, is that regardless of the fact is this here. Now, if you knew that this was a justified shooting, why you still did not notify this boy's family? The police feel like they get to hold their body cams and turn it on when they feel like they want to turn it on and distribute when they feel like they want to distribute stuff. Because right here, look how fast they turned their cameras to the media just as fast. It's because look, it's justified because you see how he was in the wrong, and look how fast they put out the body cam. Now, if they was wrong, do you know how long they would have been like, oh, we're still under investigation. Right. Oh, we still need time to investigate. Mm-hmm. Oh, just give us in a minute. Mm-hmm. Oh, we still got to do this. We still got to do that.
When they look bad, they take forever. When they look good, they rush.
If Applewhite was right, do you understand what I'm saying? If he was right. But because he was wrong and he did reach for that officer weapon, that's why so fast we got to see the footage from the officer.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I just want you guys to follow me here.
I feel you on the family.
Whoever understand where I am coming from. Like I said, I'm not trying to
totally
point
get you,
the blame nowhere. I'm not. Because clearly we can see where the blame lies. But all I am just saying is this. Sometimes we need to look at the bigger picture here. That's all I'm saying. And where we come from as a people and why sometimes we do be quick to judge and say, hold on, pause. What's going on here?
Yeah.
What is the bigger problem? Hey, why ain't all such and such just happen?
Yeah.
It's because of situations like this.
Yeah. And let me get it. I feel you, sis.
That's why we be so quick to be on the defense
and let me just say,
it's like, oh, damn, what happened? What? Another one of us just got shot. It's because of this.
And that's what I'm going to take it. And that's what I'm taking, because a lot of people would argue that, some people are quick to rush to judgment when certain things like that come out, and when it's finally been proven that, okay, well, it wasn't what you thought it was. In a case like this, I mean, there was a lot of people who were saying when the first Rodney Applewhite case first come out, was like, okay, it looked like another one. Mm-hmm. And we did this episode because when it first initially started, that you saw that it was vague reporting on it. And there was even a report about the body cam, that the body cam initially, they didn't know if it fell off or was recording or anything like that, but come to find out it was working perfectly fine, and we see the evidence now of it. So then why that? Why did that happen, Right. And I'm not going to apologize for how black people, feel about when these situations comes out in regards to how the police officers, you have these cases where it shows that they lie and, they don't report it right, and it comes out later, and then they withhold information, and it comes to find out that people were right in their sentiment about the situation happening over and over again.
Right.
And I was talking to you guys earlier when I said, like, what's worse? What's worse? A cop being blamed for doing a good job, or an innocent man losing his life? I'm not saying Rodney Applewhite was innocent. These cops are justified in what they did, but I'm making a general question. I'm asking a general question. Innocent man that lost his life in this encounter versus a cop who was doing a good job and be blamed for it. Okay, you can get over a blame, but this man, the innocent man, is dead, and he's innocent. Mm-hmm. He's dead. And we faced a lot of those things, and especially in this year, 2020, where we saw these incidents happen over and over again.
Oh, yeah, plenty of
this was a incident last month, and so that every month we have something coming out, even after George Floyd incident. So yes, no, I mean, you can decide, okay, in your opinion, if it's quick to rush to judgment and we should wait, but then you're at the behest of the system who continuously, whenever it suits them, withhold information or give it as they see fit. I'm sorry, and then us with the lack of information, but yet we're feeling this trauma from what we see. We have to be at the whims of your decisions as far as how it's important information is giving to us. So forgive us. Or no, not forgive us. No, I don't give a fuck.
I don't
give a fuck about you forgetting. Right?
Don't forgive me.
But
because I ain't taking back what the fuck I
I'm not
said.
apologizing for
kind of what
feeling this way or doing this or saying these things.
Right.
For one thing, a lot of the feeling that we have comes from, we're not wrong, like we were talking before, we're not wrong about there being a systematic problem.
Yes.
And because now we're becoming more aware of the problem being systematic. It's not individual. Like a lot of times we look and we say, if Rodney White, because for me, I'm like,
Rodney
okay,
White or
what
Applewhite?
Applewhite. If Applewhite didn't reach for the gun, then he, if he had just went all right and just allowed himself to get arrested,
because the officer had his hands up, he said, "Hey, come here."
He was trying to talk him down. He did a good job.
The officer was doing his job.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I am not following the officer.
But
so that's not what we're doing.
Right? No. But what we're saying is, it just puts us in, all of us, not just African Americans, but it just puts everybody in this situation to where you have to, pick a side and rush to judgment, when the real issue is, and I just feel like I'm always the person to go back to that. The real issue is systematic. So you're not going to apologize, like you said, sis. You said you're not going to apologize for rushing to judgment. Well, it's hard to feel like you're rushing to judgment when it's been proven time and time that this is what happened.
What
this happened because we know the system is set up for that to happen.
Yes.
The system is set up against us, right?
Yes, it is.
So we already know that. But again, at the end of the day, it's still I feel like it's still a distraction, right?
Yes.
Us focusing on, what this officer could have done wrong and this and that. We're triggered by the systematic problem. And so we always got to go back to that and say, okay, this problem, and that's what we're all fighting for. You got Black Lives Matter, whatever you want to say about that. And what we have been fighting, we had same police violence in the 60s and police violence was started because of this. We've always had that. But when we have these individual cases and we go off on those, Applewhite, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all of that, we don't go back to seeing. You could have the same thing with the family not getting the information right away. It's the same thing that happened in the Breonna Taylor case. And Breonna Taylor was laying right there in her own house and she was dead, and they couldn't tell the mom that she was laying there in the house.
There you go.
In fact,
there you
I
go
think
again.
they
That
told
misinformation.
her she's at the hospital, and then she went to the hospital, and she was like, "What were you talking about?" And they came back, and at the end of the day, they found out she was still right there in the house. Hell, the boyfriend that was in the house with her couldn't like get to be in the house and talk to her. You know what I'm saying?
They
like,
disperse the information whenever it suits them.
It's systematic. Yeah, it is. You're always gonna have that. It's like it's set up for that.
No, absolutely, and specifically talking about police officers, like we say, say it's a systematic thing. There's a thing that cops have. We kind of talked about this before. They kind of have that
they have discretion. Police officers have discretion.
I mean, discretion is discretion is
the benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt, but again,
benefit
benefit of the doubt is not a legal term. So again,
it's one of those things. It's a societal thing,
kind of societal thing. Yeah. But there is
people give other people benefit of the doubt.
There is a systematic benefit of the doubt. Is what I'm trying to reach.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? So this systematic benefit of the doubt is like whenever they are able to prove that whether it's their life or if it's their partner's life, because this is proven, because this wasn't the actual officer that did the shooting wasn't the one that was attacked. He was doing it for his partner. So it doesn't matter if it's his partner or if it's him. If they feel that there's danger, if they feel that there's life-threatening danger, they can kill you. They can kill you, and as a people, You know, you can't really expect like, you know, you can't really expect that as murder is what the idea is. You can't look at that as those cops are in some way or murdering or taking
right to defend yourself.
You do
And
have that,
Sarge
right?
at that.
But then again,
how many cases?
Again, like you said, how many cases do we have to go over? How many times? I mean,
when these
it's
cops said they're fear for their life,
it definitely
right?
looks kind of right. It curious when you are dealing with, of course, you know, your black, your African, your melanated, you know, citizens. When you're dealing with them in a certain kind of way, you know what I'm saying? You definitely have to look at the fact that this must be a systematic kind of thing, because like we've just been saying, you know, it's names after names after names after names. I mean, it doesn't happen like that with no other culture, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? That you can kind of see how the dealing with these people always end up in like death. Why is that? It's something that you kind of made to a point a little bit earlier. You know, it's like, even if you were to just believe that the cops are just doing their jobs and, like you said, whatever their life is still feeling threatened, it's the idea of that they're killing people. You know, they don't have the idea of what type of non-violent strategies do they take of not trying to end this person's life. You know, what type of outside the box things are they thinking of when it comes to dealing with these people, you know? And more comes of like, you know, it looks at the fact that, are we having to ask our cops to have to deal with more non-violent civil type of training things when they go through their training and police officers, and to be, you know, going out there before they become patrolmen, to put them out there in the streets, put them out to the streets,
and that's debatable.
Certain type of,
and that's debatable. And I would say that's why now you have certain states are considering the fact that, you know, when they go meet a mental patient, because as my sister Natasha, you know, pointed out eloquently, you know, say like, okay, if you listen and examine it more, there's something off about Rodney Applewhite and stuff like that. So then, there's another one of these cases where they come meet a mental patient. Of course, how do you decide that in this instant so quick and then have to come back out? They didn't know he was in that state, but the point still remains, you know. But I want to say this. Let me go, because now, okay, speaking beyond this incident, you know, and after our first episode and this one, and we're doing this one, I had some time to look at the comments of the people make under seeing this video and stuff like that, and the naysayers, the opposers of Black Lives Matter, and the ones that's been against it from the beginning, they love these type of incidences where they see the situation where the cop is proven right, and then they see that they can, okay, well, the man did try to grab the gun. How many times the cops said they tried to grab the gun? Yes. And, you know, they proven to be right this time. The naysayers, the rebuttals of the Black Lives Matter. Okay, you've been proven right. But then you go and comment and, you know what I'm saying, all of these negative things about, okay, yeah, he should have been shot down. And yeah, I'm glad they shot him. And he's right. You should see it. It's vicious. I implore anybody to go out there and see. Go to YouTube and look on the shooting video of Rodney Applewhite and see the comments that are coming out. Okay, so is this the point? You guys are so happy for a win, you know what I'm saying, seeing that they were proven right there. Okay, you say this and see, Black Lives Matter was wrong on time. I'm not going to allow anybody to because of this incident, throw a blanket over the whole situation that's been happening with us. Because they want to make it seem like Black people's sentiment about what we've been facing as far as encounters with law enforcement is unfounded. Mm-hmm. And you can miss me with that. Because...
And you can kiss my ass with that.
Hey, go ahead, girl.
Yeah, because we will know what we face. We know, Black people, you know, we know what we face. I mean, how many years have we been going in this country where we've been telling them that these things are happening and everyone else is late to what's been happening with us? We've been right in every...
You got one fucking win.
Here's a fact.
And like I said, not to cut you off, you got one win. And if he did not pull for that fucking gun...
Yeah, right.
How fast that shit would not have came out.
And yes, I'm defending Black. I don't care what you...
would have been saying. It's under investigation.
And I don't care what they say. Yes, I'm going to defend my people.
Investigation.
We're going to defend our people.
I said, again, I ain't taking back what the fuck I said.
Because if y'all want to attribute this incident to how Black people are, well then, I'm going to take this incident to defend Black people. Even in this case, I can still defend Black people. Even in a situation like this, we're constantly proven right.
Absolutely.
I can defend it. And yes, we are defenders. When speaking about, I'm a defender of Black people. And
true defender of Black people, yes, right.
Yes. So, you know, we have to go on this thing. So, you know, people, make up your own determination of this. You know what I'm saying? This is our opinion. This is an opinionated show. We have this. Yeah. We see the situation and we go on and we kind of cipher through the information that we are given. Because let's not be... fooled by how also there's another side outside of law enforcement, which is how the media, the white controlled media, give these information to the rest of us, you know? And we just have to be smart enough to cipher through all this and just make the best determination of the whole thing.
When he means smart, he means common fucking sense.
That part. So yeah, Thank you. This is another episode of the PM Hour, and follow us on our different platforms. Like us and send your comments and everything, and then watch out for our next episode. We're gonna give it to you like we always do.